Welcome to the week 2 edition of Hits and Hoops. Yes, we are a little late, but it's better late than never, right? Um, Learn that from you, Dixon. I'm Tyler, and I'm here with the one and only Dixon Luna. What's good, Chicho?
What's the deal, fam? What you guys saying? I feel like my accent changes week to week. Trying to keep it fresh for y'all.
Before we dive in, I just want to make sure everybody that's listening, watching, please follow all our socials and subscribe: YouTube, TikTok, IG, Spotify, and Apple Music. Share, dumb or not dumb, it really doesn't matter to me. Today we're going to dive into a few things. We're going to talk about the Chiefs and the Chiefs and the refs. We're going to introduce a new segment, and we're going to talk to Chichodomus really quick right before we get into deeper than sports for our casuals out there. But first, one thing we wanted to really dig into was Tua's concussion, our quarterback, right? Bills, we got thrashed by the Bills.
The
It was
usual.
not a good game, but obviously we haven't really spoke about it because we try to keep all the sports shit on here, content.
Yeah,
You feel me? So as of today, we know that Tua wants to come back and play.
of
From him,
course.
his quote,
Of
which we
course.
probably guessed that, right?
That
We
seems like
probably
his
guessed that.
character. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, he's everything we've seen, especially the last 2 years. This is a totally different Tua if you haven't been hanging around, pretty much.
Yeah.
Confident leader. All the guys say he's a leader. Love to see it. But what are your thoughts on how you feel about him playing, or just the whole situation? Like, where are you at mentally?
I think it's traumatizing. As a viewer, as a player, I think it's traumatizing to see it and just to witness it and live with the fear of it happening again. It sucks. I hate it. Honestly, I do because I'm watching something that's supposed to be enjoyable, something that's supposed to bring me happiness, and I'm literally worried. I'm literally sitting there worried for this guy, for his health, for his brain. I think after this, I'm done, Tyler. I'm out. I'm done supporting Tua. I can't because I'm gonna feel guilty in 20 years when I look up and he's like a vegetable, or he may be walking super crippled, or whatever the case may be. I'm gonna feel guilty as a fan for encouraging that and supporting that. So as of now, I mean, it's still fresh on our minds. Maybe it's an emotional decision, but I think for me, like, I'll support the Dolphins, but to support Tua, to keep going back out there and that to keep happening to him, just the human in me, I can't do it.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's just a mix of emotions of
Yeah,
I want him to be there.
of
I would
course.
love for him to keep playing, but for what we've seen, and two of the games were on national TV. Like that's
That's the
another
worst
big
part.
narrative of this.
Yo, and look, you got to remember, NFL has advertisers. They have Fortune 500 companies that invest to them. You think those companies want to see that? You think those companies are happy when those things happen? Of course they're not. So we got to think it's bigger than just well, like it's business too. You know what I mean? The appearance of it is business too.
Yeah, it's definitely not like it's definitely a negative mark on that side,
Yes.
obviously. But I
Yes.
think NFL thinks like Jerry Jones, any publicity is good publicity. I really believe that. But going back to what I was saying, I want him on the field. I want him to be my quarterback going forward. Even though he had a bad game in that, you have to take that out of it. Like, he was playing terrible, but he made that play because of he wanted to show his team that, like, they're in the hole because of him, and
But
he
I
wanted to make
think
a play.
I
I
think that
mean,
was part of it for sure, but I also think he just got comfortable. I think last year he was very conscious of this, and last year he didn't take no hit and he never
that's a
initiated no hit.
hey, that's a possibility. You could be
So
right
I
about
think
that.
so much time you just get comfortable and you're not cautious anymore. You're playing completely free. But that's how you want a football player to play. Like when I was talking to you the other day, I'm like, yo, imagine telling Troy Polamalu, like, yo, when you hit this guy, try not to hit him too hard. Would mess up his whole playing style because this sport is barbaric. This sport is savage. You got to play savage. You can't play a savage sport halfway. So
Hell no.
it's hard for me to tell Tua, like, yo, be cautious and don't do that, because I understand why you want to do that. And I don't blame you for wanting to do that. But your body is not, it's not for that. And bro, think about this. This is one part nobody has brought up. Tua has gotten 3 to 4 concussions in the last 3 years, right?
Yeah, he got hit one in Alabama too.
Okay. Imagine how many he's had since high school. How many haven't been reported?
That's
I'm
yeah.
thinking
I never thought about that.
he could at least have 10 concussions in his life by now. Easily. Easily. So when you factor that in as well, that's when shit starts to get a little spooky.
Having all having we both all said this, one thing that I'm most intrigued about is when we start hearing about the the doctor visits, like how they're going or
Yeah.
what they said, or just
What is the
someone,
advice he's getting?
not the Twitter doctors, right? You can read it and there's some, I can show my wife, which is a nurse, and she'll be like, yeah, that makes sense, because they
Yeah.
talk half 35% of it is like doctor talk, and you're just like mumbling the words. You feel me?
Yeah.
And I don't know if I just exposed that how much of an idiot I am with saying that, but let's see what the NFL says. Like, there is a possibility where the NFL says like, we're sorry, we won't let you play, or these doctors won't pass you. Like this doctor might pass you, okay, but these four don't. Let's see how that happens. Like that, I want him to be out there, honestly, but I don't want to see him out there just for what I've grown to like him and his
Yeah.
character and his as a human being. How close I follow the Dolphins. I mean, I don't want to see him out there if that's what it is, but everything I'm hearing, he's going to be out there.
I heard well, first of all, just to like react to what you said, I think when you were like, yo, the NFL doesn't really care, I think that's true. So I don't think they would care in this case. I don't think they care if you beat up your wife. I don't think they care if you murder someone. I don't think they care if your life is on the line. DeMar Hamlin's still playing. He died on the field. So I really don't think they care. That's why it's up to him and his family. But here's another thing. I heard Ryan Clark talk about this. Them boys are already prepared to die.
I
Every
mean, that's a
Sunday
bit
when
drastic.
every no, but that's what he said.
No, I
So
know, I know, I know. I
I
get you.
got to take him for his word, and I believe it because you can die on that field. So you have to say like, all right, well, you got to be ready for to die. You can't be scared of it. And I think Tua has that mentality, and I think a lot of football players have that mentality, and some don't though. Some don't though. You will find a special case here and there. Patrick Willis, Andrew Luck, guys that say, you know what, I ain't taking the risk. I value my life too much. This isn't everything for me. This isn't the end for me. It all depends on the individual, but I think most of them are wired in that savage, like, I could die right now, but it's fine type of mentality. That's what I think. And after hearing Ryan Clark, he really made me understand that.
You confirmed that.
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
he played totally reckless. For those who don't know Ryan Clark was a safety for the Steelers back when they won those 2 Super Bowls with Ben Roethlisberger. So he was the safety that was always on the other side of Troy Polamalu. That motherfucker would throw his body at you reckless. Ryan Clark's not a big guy for football terms, but he would smack the shit out of you and sacrifice his body to lay you out. That's the type of player he was.
so having said all that about Tua, when he's back on the field, I think it'll take us both a while to kind of feel good about it. But every every move he makes outside the pocket, we're stepping on eggshells watching the screen. But you know what, Dixon? And I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. I'm gonna be bought back in it because that's what I'm gonna have to do. I can't hate watch my own team. I want to see this guy do well. So if he does well, there's nothing I can do but root for him. But it's gonna be, but Dixon, going forward, it's not gonna be the same. It's gonna be a lot of that quick. Like you think we're going quick now? It's gonna be quicker. It's gonna be even more quicker. But we'll get into a little bit of that game later. But we have
I think the
lot more
and
problems than Tua.
another scary part is like no hit has been a big hit. None of the
Nah,
concussions hits
no,
were a
no.
fucking crazy blow. What the one where he got slammed and his head hit the
Yeah,
ground? That was violent.
that was violent.
That was violent. Every other hit was completely normal,
Yeah.
like completely routine. Fam,
Yeah.
you got a concussion and sat out for 4 weeks from a routine tackle. If that ain't a fucking red flag, I don't know what is. And the fact that it was DeMar Hamlin, them football guys trying to say something. I don't know what it is, but they was trying to say something.
Someone walked by, and I'm quoting this, right? Low key, it's smart not to act smart and not be smart. And my man
Wait,
made me raise my head and say, wait a minute, what did this man just say?
low key, it's smart not to act smart or be smart.
Yeah.
I That's the dumbest shit. That's the dumbest shit I ever heard. I think what he was trying to say is keep quiet, play dumb, and observe everything that's going on and never let people know what you're actually working with. I think that's what he was trying to
Poss-
get at.
Possibly.
Because people say that shit like, oh, act dumb, like, that way people would get comfortable and they, you know what I mean?
Which you're probably right.
But that,
The delivery was, my man, you were off.
yo,
Going into the next topic, we are going to touch back on that game, but going into the next topic, the best game of the day, in my opinion, was the Chiefs and the Bengals. I mean,
the
the
rep,
Reds.
the refs
Yeah,
versus the Bengals.
right, right. I'm just going to tell you right now that play, 4th and 16, was a pass interference. No replay needed. Okay. Let me
Okay.
remind you, it was
Okay.
4th and 6. They got backed up the play before that.
From a penalty.
Okay. I don't I let what is the issue with like I understand Dixon. This is your Warriors, okay? We know this. You hate them, but you love to hate them. Okay? And that's okay. I understand it and I love that about you because I don't know how you could hate what's going on in KC. And hey, since we've been alive and probably before us, in every sport there's one team that is more favorable and more likable, and they just happen to be winning championships, right? So times that by 100. Patrick Mahomes is a god, right? They are going to get those super duper uber star calls. In every sport, it's happened. And the Chiefs are at it right now.
You're speaking total facts. You're speaking total facts. My issue with the Warriors was they were just better than everyone else by a mile.
Okay.
So it wasn't fair. I just don't like things when they're not fair. With the Chiefs, they're not better than everyone by a mile. They haven't been since Hill left. But when you get the ref's whistle and you have the second greatest quarterback of all time, you still can win every game and win championships. My thing is, it's too obvious. And it was a clear transition. Brady left and Mahomes came, and it's the exact same thing. It's the exact same role. So now you have a great player with a great coach, with great players around him, and the refs whistle can make that team almost impossible to beat. So let's talk about the game versus the Bengals. In real time, I didn't see the PI. In slow-mo, it's obvious. But when you have so many 50-50 calls and they just happen to always go your way, I can't even remember when's the last time Mahomes lost a game that he was trailing. And I remember it was the same thing with Brady, and I remember he used to get the same type of whistles. Now, this is the play that I want to highlight because the PI was obvious. This is the play that I want to highlight. So on the drive where Mahomes threw the pick, which is top 5 catches of the year, I can say that
What a
now.
great play. Hell yeah.
Moss that shit, one hand. And on Xavier Worthy, who he was talking shit about before the game.
Oh, that's who was beefing? Okay.
He said he can only run in a straight line. Moss is stupid ass. On that drive, Mahomes threw a pick. like
Mhm.
a couple plays before. It got called back for a pass interference. When they showed the replay, the announcers were so stunned by what they saw, they were speechless.
Yeah, that was a light pass interference.
And they threw the flag late. They threw the flag once they saw the ball got intercepted. That's the type of shit I'm not cool with. That gave me the exact same flashback from when the Chiefs were playing the Patriots, when Mahomes was playing Brady for the first time in the playoffs, and Mahomes threw a pick, and they say Chris Jones had 3 fingers over the scrimmage line.
Tom Brady got picked.
My
Yeah,
fault.
I was just about to bring that up. The Chiefs have got by the whistle though. They have.
By Brady, but
Uh,
once he left, they
yeah,
now it's them.
yeah.
So now let me just tell every other team there, look, to beat this team, you got to play perfect. And you have to beat every fucking thing thrown at you. Like when the Eagles beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl, they had to play perfect. They had to beat everything and everyone and every imaginable factor. And that's what it's going to take to beat the Chiefs. But Mahomes, he hasn't been the best quarterback in the league this year at all.
No, it's been 2 games. That's all right.
Yeah, he's been
They got
subpar.
bro. They got a rookie. They got a rookie. One or two rookies on the line. Worthy's their second receiver. This is his second game of the year.
I'm just saying,
Uh,
I'm not as convinced about the team. Obviously, you know the coach and you know the quarterback, and that's enough.
yeah, yeah. I
But
mean, I get it.
from a team perspective,
Hey,
we're shaky.
they took all seasons to figure out their team last year.
They
All
did.
season.
They did, and they figured it out at the fucking perfect time.
That's how you win championships. It's not matter. We looked through 8 games. We were what 8-1, 8-2. We were fucking riding on cloud nine every week.
We got hot at too early.
Too early. Okay. It's so you just backed up everything I just said. That they're just the New England Patriots. They're gonna get those calls. But let's not forget the
But
game.
that's not okay though,
It's not. No, it's not. It's
because
not.
the NBA, look, and this is one thing that pisses me off. LeBron never got that. LeBron never got that. Why? Because he goes against the system. He ain't about to just do whatever y'all want.
The game itself, since he had plenty of chances to win.
Since he
So
outplayed them, for
since he
sure.
was the better team,
Since he was the
but
better team.
it's what I texted you, bro. They fumbled this. They fumbled this game.
Literally, he fumbled it on in the fourth quarter.
They fumbled. Yeah, so they're gonna get the calls, but since he fumbled this fucking game, they should have won. They should have won.
They fucked up my prediction, man. Damn it.
Who's
Hey, my
prediction?
fault. Hey, Chichodomus believers. We'll get to it. We'll get to it.
Oh, okay. All right, we got a new segment that we're gonna try out tonight called Sunday Night Ride with Tyler. It's a few things that after week 2, yeah, it was a couple days ago, but you know, better late than never, like I said. So jump in whenever you want. If you don't want to say, if you don't want to need to jump in, don't jump in. But
Go
the Niners are banged up, but I believe they're going to be okay. They are 1-1 right now.
100%. 100%. They'll be fine.
They draft well. A lot of their homegrown talent is like they drafted a lot of their talent is drafted players,
Yeah.
and they have great veterans, so they're going to be okay.
Great
Without
coaching.
CMC and DM and Debo, they're going to be straight.
Hold on. Did you see Debo's recent comments about like we probably been the best team in the league for a while?
No, I didn't see that.
So Debo, he has a podcast and he had Brandon Ayuk on, and they were saying like, yeah, we've been the best team for a while. I went to the comments, everyone's roasting the shit out of them. They were like, no, the best team wins the Super Bowl. But he wasn't lying. They've been the best NFL roster for a good 5 years in a row. They have nothing to show for it, but some NFC championships. But they have been the most dominant, complete roster for at least for me,
That's
at
facts.
least
Yeah, you're
5 years. Yeah.
you're right. You're right. The Giants are incredibly dumb when it came to them letting Barkley go. Telling him to go find a deal. They go to Philadelphia, the team that has
In their
been
division.
that in the division is the worst part. It's a stab in the back. But they're so for what Saquon can do and what he was to that team on and off the field is
You see
just
how they look without him?
oh my god, they look so bad, so bad.
And dog, I'm sorry. I know you're not going to agree with this, but I can't think about them letting go of Barkley and not think, oh, they also let go of OBJ in his prime.
Yeah, I didn't
Like
even think of
this
that.
is just what they do. This is I don't know,
I,
fucking
don't- I don't.
trash.
It, Barkley's in his prime, and they let him go. That's for the front office. You got to think like, yo, if y'all don't pick it up like yesterday, you're out of here for real. Because they make so much money on merchandise and just his
It's
face.
New York, yeah.
Now you're selling the rookie, which he did well this week, but
Malik Neighbors.
man,
And that the problem is they draft fucking really well, but they don't know how to develop. They drafted OBJ, they drafted Victor Cruz, Malik Neighbors, but Daniel Jones was just that was just
it was just a terrible decision that put them back a couple years, pretty much.
yes,
Uh,
couple
the
generations.
the last drive in the Philly Falcon game, there was a very, very thin line between Kirk is cooked and Captain Kirk with the game-winning drive because they were going to lose that game, and if it wasn't for that last drive where he went 5 for 6, slinging the ball and a sweet touchdown,
It was gonna be bad for him.
it was going to be bad for him
Yeah.
because he played better than week 1,
Yeah.
but it would have been bad for him if they would have fallen flat. They would have scored 15 points.
I think the problem with Kirk Cousins is he's not athletic. He doesn't have a big arm. And he's coming off that Achilles. So he's very, and you can see it. You can see it.
Yeah. Hopefully, I'm sure maybe it might be a little bit kind of like ginger, you know what I mean, up here. So he's probably getting used to
I
back to
think
the
every
speed.
week he'll get better
Yeah. So
for
that's,
sure.
yeah. So Captain Kirk this week. We'll see in a couple of weeks. Right now, rookie quarterback rating Daniels, Williams, and Nix. They all can't throw the ball. They're all just running the shit out of the ball. That's other than a check down, that's all they throw.
But
They're not.
Jaden Daniels has been the best
He's
by
been the
far.
best out of
He
all
has
them.
no interceptions, no touchdowns, only 2 rushing touchdowns, but he has played very responsible, very smart. He's looked the best out of the 3 by far.
Watching that game, that trash bowl of a game, he looked really skinny, really skinny.
Oh, okay.
He looked tall. He's
He
tall, like six
is.
three. He is very, very skinny out
Yeah,
there.
he
He
gonna have to put on some weight for sure.
he looks like a slim receiver out there, but his running ability is really good. I think he runs a little bit too much to my liking, especially
Yeah.
for his size and second game. He ran the ball, I think, about eight or nine times himself.
And dude, we can't forget he got McLaurin.
Yeah, he's not doing well. McLaurin's not doing much, and
Got to be able to get him the ball at least.
I
Can't do
wonder.
that.
I hope that all three of these guys do well, and along with McCarthy in the future, just because the league is funner with good quarterbacks. But man, that's to me, it's only been 2 games. This is a way overreaction. I know that, but to me, is that has has the position almost been dumbed down so much that they're just athletes.
Yo, you're onto something huge. You're onto
Do you think
something.
so?
Listen to me. You're onto something huge. And Tom Brady is the leader in that thinking and then that he's the front runner to say, yeah, the problem is they dumb the game down for these guys because the NIL deals, because of the hype, and because of their thirstiness. So, rookie quarterback barely plays in college, comes out, they throw him right into the fire. There's never that development. So, the position, like you said, has been dumbed down, and we see it in the production. What happened to all the 300-yard passing games?
So I'm glad
What
you brought
happened
that
to
up,
what's going on? Are we going back to the early 2000s?
bro. I'm glad you brought that up.
Is running back?
I hope so.
I would love that. I would love
20
that.
years ago, hey, 20 years ago, we're talking LT.
Who we talking now? Dobbins. Same position, same team. I don't know. Hey, something's going on. That's all I can tell y'all. There's a huge plate tectonic shift going on right now in the NFL in terms of how it's being played. And I don't know what's going on, but You're onto something huge.
All right, we gotta keep tab on this. All
We
right,
gotta keep an eye on that
we
shit.
gotta we gotta wear our tinfoil hats a little bit longer every day. Next thing, Cardinals have the one of the best looking offense. The rookie had a great day. Kyler Murray is back to
He's fucking back, bro.
yep, and it's crazy that Murray, no one can still catch Murray. He's like a 4-year-old at a birthday party after cake and candy. That's the best Murray. That's the best Murray.
Yeah.
And the way he's throwing the ball, it looks like he's been ready since he's been,
Look like
hurt.
he looked like he put down the Call of Duty. Kyler Murray has always been MVP since the second year in the league for the first 8 games of the season. He always does this.
Yeah, he does.
He plays fucking MVP level first 8 games of the season, and then that little ass body starts breaking down.
Well, a big part of their offense is how well Connor's been playing.
So let's see. Let's see.
Yeah.
But this isn't really nothing new with Kyler Murray. First 8 games of every year, if he's healthy, he balls. It's how you finish, brother. It's how you finish.
No, that's fact. That's fact. No, that's okay. The Ravens Raiders game, fourth quarter, Raiders came back by 10. The Ravens, they have no offensive identity. They were been the best rushing team in the last, what is it, 4 or 5 years? Derrick Henry's a part-time player making $12 million. I just feel like they don't know what direction, and there's more questions than the AFC Championship.
Yeah, it looks like they're even more confused now.
They have Lamar's going to do Lamar, but everything else does not seem.
I think
Doesn't
the
seem well.
Ravens. I think the Ravens became a victim to social media criticism of Lamar Jackson. I think what they were originally doing with Greg Roman when they had the best rushing attack was fine. It was okay, but they just felt the pressure as if it was wrong, as if it was just they shouldn't be doing that. And I feel like they're trying too hard to make Lamar Jackson a traditional quarterback. And either you're gonna be protective or you're not. I don't know. I feel you. It's they're all over the place. And man, give Derrick Henry the damn ball at least 25 times a game. What we doing? When you give it to him, he's killing it. That's the worst part. When you give it to him, he's doing it. He don't look washed.
The only thing I think what they're doing with Henry is waiting till it gets cold, and that way he's not banged up. He's not 100 carries, 200 carries in already. He's going to be like the long-term plan. Lamar's moving good. He should have tried to score that last touchdown to kind of, I don't know if he would have made it, but he shouldn't have pitched the ball. So that was terrible by the Ravens. It really was. For all you Levis believers, it's tough right now on you guys. It's
Really
tough right now.
Hey, yo, let me tell you a secret. I've never admitted this. I was one.
Shit.
I was one.
Oh no, Dixon.
I'm sorry,
oh,
bro.
My God.
I'm sorry, but the dude just had a crazy jacked up body. I'm like, oh, he must be raw.
It's early. All right, man. It's early, but
No,
if you're going
no,
up,
no, we're not doing that. It's over.
touche.
Fam, you had two of the fucking goofiest plays of NFL history back to back. You lost your team 2 games back to back.
And they were up both games.
The team is good. The team is a good team. Defense is solid. Weapons on offense. I thought it would
be for sure.
For sure. Well coached, everything. But he just needs to learn when to try and when not to. Like he got that Josh Allen shit to the max.
Bro, that's exactly what I thought of. That's exactly what I always thought, like, man, you cannot do that. And when I was really done with Josh Allen, not only because he was a Bill, he had that breakout season. I'm like, man, you take those away.
He figured it out.
Yeah, he figured it out. So that's what I'm saying. It took Josh Allen a couple seasons.
Connor, my boy, I know you're listening. You got lucky. Yeah, well, Levis was on your ass. Take away those 2 turnovers, they beat the Jets for sure. But that was just, Aaron Rodgers being a veteran, figuring it out, and it's good to see him get a W and a few touchdowns too.
I know the Saints have been having a jerk off session, especially today on local North Carolina radio. The guy was saying, and I turned it off after this,
Oh
that
shit.
Derek Carr should be the MVP right now. I said, I gave up. If this is the conversation we're having, you have not followed football. They played the Panthers, which we've seen the last 2 weeks are probably the worst team in the
That's the
O
worst thing.
since the 0-16 Browns.
To me,
Okay.
they're worse than the Giants for sure.
The Cowboys, we're starting to see more than enough holes in them. They're like a brand new slice of Swiss cheese. Have you seen the quarterback at Nebraska?
Who fucking Mahomes' son?
Bruh, tell me what you think about that. I
That's glazing to that.
it's a goofy move, bruh.
That's glazing to the next level
That's
because you
goofy.
can emulate. Kobe emulated Mike's play style. He didn't emulate everything about Mike to the body, to the he did this. He did the same pregame ritual as him.
That shit on is not on accident. I'm not hearing none of that.
That's some weirdo shit. That's
Yeah, that's
borderline.
some goofy shit.
That's borderline obsession. But it's hard for me to roast him because he balls.
But my thing is I think the generation we're in now is troll. Everybody's a troll. Everybody's a troll.
You just can't base your whole identity off another man, bro.
No,
You can take shit, but everything from the hair to the glasses to the Adidas to the stretching.
the walking like.
This should have been in the pod. You should find a way to put in there.
Yes, the Saints offense has been good, but the players have it's not
Saints office has been
it's been great.
record setting.
Kamara has been playing incredible.
Woo.
This is the Kamara that I love.
This is the Kamara we know.
They're all doing great. But let's calm down. The competition they haven't played looks like
Oh no, they're
worst.
gonna crash. They're gonna crash eventually. I predict it for sure. They're riding high like crazy. But Derek Carr's another one like Kyler Murray. He'll do fucking great, and then he'll just fall off a cliff. So I'm not jumping on that bandwagon. I'm good on that one.
A bandwagon I am jumping on is the Chargers. The hardball Chargers, I'm into. I'm into it. They don't do nothing special. They keep
When you tell Justin Herbert he only got to throw 20 times in the game, it's dangerous.
Yo, yeah, and I'm buying into them. I've never really cared about the Herbert Tua debate, but I always said this to you and everybody that I talk football with, right? Get Herbert a real coach, he's gonna be 10 times better.
100%. 100%. Yeah, no, they look really good. If you expect me to believe J.K. Dobbins going to stay healthy the rest of the year, not to be a negative Nancy, he's not. I drafted him 2 years with the Ravens. I know what's going to happen. Don't deceive yourselves. I know it looks amazing. I know. LT, wow, I know. Brace yourselves. He will go down at some point.
Lastly, the Dolphins have more problems than just Tua, like I referred to earlier. The injuries are already piling up already. Plus, we look soft. We look soft. I don't know if it's a lack of, we're so top heavy with weapons that we're literally taking Robbie Anderson. I can't call him chosen. I'm sorry. I just can't call him chosen. He's fucking Robbie Anderson. We got Robbie Anderson coming out of practice squad. 2 weeks later, he's the third receiver on the team. When they cut him twice and they cut him again today, we got a lot of problems. And I hate to say it, but we're the AFC Cowboys pretty much
for the second year in
a
row.
I fucking hate it.
Yo, how you feel? How you feel about Skylar Thompson? Because I'm like, yo, did y'all forget? I heard someone the other day say, yeah, Skylar Thompson, yeah, he actually, competed against Josh Allen in a playoff game, and he brought the Dolphins close to winning. That's not what happened. That is not what happened at all. It's everyone except him was going crazy. If he would have just done a little bit better, if he would have just got to being average, we would have won. I don't get.
Yeah, I don't really have much
I don't
faith
get where
in
this credit is coming from. Every time I ever see Skylar Thompson, that shit was ass. That shit was awful. So I don't believe it. I don't believe
Honestly, no, honestly, the only first time he looked like, oh shit, we got something in the sixth round is his rookie year in the preseason. He had a great games. It was a preseason, yeah.
it.
Like
Yeah.
not real, not playing all ones, but he was throwing darts out there, and it was kind of like, okay, we found a backup,
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yo, no, you're right. Yeah, like Travis said though, bro, we got a good enough team to compete. So we gotta at least we can't just give up the season.
Oh hell no, you can't.
We gotta find a way to stay competitive until I don't know.
And so it's over. But,
Yo, great ride, great cruising. Yo, fun fact for everyone out there. This man Tyler, the best driver I know. And I'm not the only person. I'm not the only look, this man right here that y'all talking to is a goated driver. And it's not about speed because I know people, I'll probably beat him in a race. It's not about speed, it's about the driving experience. Tyler could go slower than you and still get to the same destination you're headed to at the same time. And it's going to be a way better ride. So that's why cruising with Tyler, it got more behind it than just a name.
hell yeah, good looks, Cheech. So that was last week, okay? And let's take a look into next week. So I'm just
Yes,
going to introduce you to someone special, Chichodomus. How we doing tonight, Chichodomus?
I can. It's incredible. I know. Anyways, Chichodomus back here. Looking forward to week 3. I'm never gonna give y'all the easy, obvious game because I wouldn't be me if that were the case, right? This one's gonna hurt. This one's gonna hurt our dear friend Connor.
Mm.
Tomorrow night, super trash bowl, super boring game. Good luck to you if you're gonna tune in. Patriots versus Jets. I got the Patriots, fam. I got the Patriots. I think they're gonna shut that shit up. I think it's gonna be a fucking huge deal. I think everyone's gonna lose their minds over it. I got the Patriots upsetting the Jets on this week's Thursday night football game.
Thank you, Chichodomus. It's been a few weeks since we did this. Deeper than sports. I'm going to go first. I'm going to ask you,
Let's go.
what is your most memorable or favorite live event you've been to? Sports and non-sports. So 2 answers.
For sports, I went to the game where D Wade dunked on Anderson Varejao.
Wow.
Yeah,
Hell
my
yeah.
my sister took me to that game. That shit was in fucking sane. And
That's
I think that
awesome.
was my first time seeing LeBron live too. And one thing that I really was astonished by seeing LeBron live is the speed that he gets up the court. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, that was probably my favorite sporting event. Non-sporting event, damn fool. Got to be the Travis Scott concert.
Damn, son. That bro, I was gonna say the same. That's mine too.
I mean, bro, and I thought about other events we've been to. We done been to Comic Con, we done been to Yeezus, we done been to museums, but that Travis Scott shit was just so fire.
Yeah, bro, that's my answer for non-sports. Like I thought about it too. I would say either that or Circus Soleil. I don't know if you ever been seen that.
Holy shit! Wow.
That's that we went in Mexico and down in Miami, and that Mexico was it's just it's a great show. But Travis Scott was my answer too.
Yeah, Travis
For
Scott. I think that we went to the Astro World Tour. That's the one we went to.
yeah,
Motherfucker had a fucking roller coaster going through that bitch.
that was amazing. Yeah, that concert was, and we had those guys next to us that were vibing with us. Remember that? Remember that?
Wait. Yes, I do.
Say, yo, here. Oh shit.
Right. But not to
Hey,
me though.
no, not to me. No, to me, bro.
To
At that
you.
concert, yeah, at that concert, the kid we were sitting next to, right? I had a Barcelona windbreaker on, and I don't follow soccer. I just thought it was a
Yeah.
dope jacket, right?
They
Because it
take
was
that
like
shit serious.
it was like their traditional, colors, and I just thought it was dope. And
Yeah.
my man said, "Yo, Barcelona." I said, and since then, he was my best friend.
That's crazy.
Um, and then for sports, for me, I've been to playoff games, I've been to, all types of shit. But I would say it was a regular season game with the 13 Heat against Phoenix, like young Booker
Wow.
and LeBron did a like a backwards in between the legs dunk, and they show it on his reels. Like when you see LeBron dunks, he that's one of the dunks that you'll always see.
Yeah, yeah,
So
hell yeah.
so seeing that from like the 200s level was off the chain for real, for
Yeah,
real, for
no.
real.
The energy is crazy in that Heat building.
So we both have the same music and both have the same sport.
Oh yeah, that's
Miami
true.
Heat.
That's true.
I guess maybe that's why we're friends. I don't know. Maybe,
Yeah, it's starting to make sense now.
maybe.
All right, you ready for my question?
Yeah, when are you
All
ready?
right, this is two questions because I feel like one is just not enough because
Okay.
they're both pretty simple.
Okay.
What's your favorite Air Jordan of all time?
Jordan Force.
No, but like a specific, like
White cement.
the white cement fours.
Yeah.
Really, I never knew that. I would have guessed like Raging Bulls or some shit.
Well, maybe it's just because the mine are falling apart. It's just hard to look at them. But like this, and honestly, it's changed. It's changed.
It's changed, right? That's the thing. That's the
Like
thing.
it was, yeah, Raging Bulls for a long time, and then it was Bread Force for a while, and then for the longest it was the Aqua Eights, the '08 edition, and the original colorways, not none of that fun orange bullshit. Then it was the Carmines, then it was the patent
Mm.
leather ones, and then it was Space Jam. So, pretty much as, excuse me, pretty much as like from 2000 to 2011 retros that were original colorways. And I mean, yeah, you can say Aquas weren't, but that was a limited edition that he wore. I mean, I'm sorry, not Aquas. Well, Aquas also. Same thing with the eights. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, so I would say it's just changed a lot. But I would say right now, just because I can't wear them because they're just, bro, these shoes are almost all 20 years old, which is wild to say.
But not just in your own collection. It could have been a shoe you never got a chance to get too.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Just like your favorite all-time shoe, like
Man, so like a goated shoe for me is pretty much,
For Jordan.
yeah, it's pretty much the Lightning Force.
Oh, holy shit. Okay, see that makes more sense because that's like a grail.
For some reason, because I have like
The yellow,
15.
the all yellow ones.
Oh yeah, that's a
Those
grail,
are
bro.
those are sick as fuck. They re-released those though when we
They
was in high
did,
school.
man, and I need to get them. I told wifey like, hey, if I'm getting a pair of shoes that I'm gonna spend a few bucks for, like that's gonna be it. Because
How much do you think those go for now?
probably like $3.
Not too much.
Nah, not like it used to be. Like back in the day when it was just that one release, them bitches were going for like
Six,
six,
six.
seven, eight
Yeah.
hundred. And you
Bro,
weren't telling 19-year-old Ty you ain't buying that. I had
not to
shoes on my
sound
whip at the
hey,
time.
not to sound like an old head, but the sneaker game has changed so much. And
Oh my
dog,
God.
y'all listen, young viewers, y'all don't understand how dope that shit was coming up. It wasn't no fucking Flight Club, even though it existed. Wasn't going to that. Wasn't no fucking StockX. Wasn't no. We had
Those just
sneaker.
became like the main
We
arteries
had
for.
sneaker conventions and we had eBay, but we had personality and individualism. So when you went to that sneaker con, everyone had different kicks.
Everybody.
Everyone was selling different kicks. If you go to one now, everyone got the same fucking Travis Scott 4 or fucking Yeezy. Everyone got the same shit. Everyone's just a carbon copy of the next person next to him. But when we was coming up, that shit had so much personality, and just the process of getting the shoe was awesome. Like I remember being at your crib having mad tabs open on eBay trying to get Red Lobsters,
Remember
Blue
that shit?
Lobsters and shit.
Hey, hell
3 in the morning
yeah.
and shit. Like, bro, it was the process, it was the research, it
There
was
was a
like how
grind
hard it
to it.
was to get it. Now it's
Yeah.
so accessible, it's so saturated. Kind of killed the game, bro.
One
Honestly,
thing I will say about now is that, you know, if you are, into shoes or into certain types of shoes, that there's more competition throughout all the companies, right? Like when we were coming up, it was pretty much Nike and Jordan, and
they had a strangle lock on the game. Yeah.
yeah, so they did, but they were also,
So you're saying
now
there's more brand diversity now?
for sure. But what I think the problem is with that is that everybody's doing the same shit. So that's why it feels they're going off of the wave, right? like in the beer business, right? This is why I think like this.
Yeah, I think the consumers are the problem.
This no, I mean, yes, yes, but no, because it's also they're giving the consumers what they want, which is all the same shit. It's just buy my brand instead of this brand
Yeah.
because mine is like this. So I think about it like with the seltzer boom in the beer business. When I was in the beer business, seltzer boom, two, three companies had it, boomed up. They're killing sales, up 700%, up 1,000, whatever. And then there's about 45 different seltzers.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
then the weakest, which what always happens, they fall off. They're just not they're not right for the game.
Yeah, yeah,
They
yeah.
fall off, and then the final stick. And right now we'll find out what the final sticks is that are gonna stick after this. Because you're right, bro. Like you remember when like bronze kicks were good, and the I mean Kobe's kind of kept the same shape, but like it's just not the same. The Grinch just meant something. You feel me?
Yeah.
The Christmas days meant something.
Yeah, they did. They
But
did.
now it's just like, yo, I don't know what number KD's on. I don't know what number LeBron's on.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. But you're right. I do appreciate the brand diversity nowadays. Shout out to A6 and New Balance. Like they have been fucking
Hey,
killing.
Puma also.
Shout out to Puma too. They all been killing the game. Like they all those were brands that were always known to be good performance wise, but aesthetically never were dope. But in the last couple years, they've really stepped their game up. They crushing it. Let me just answer the question before I go on to the next one. My favorite shoe all time remains the Aqua 8s. Like, I think it's just a special connection. And let me tell you what the connection is. Day and Night, Crooker's remix, alternate video. If you know, you know. Let me say it again. Kid Cudi, Day and Night, Crooker's remix, music video, but the alternate music video, he had the eights on, and just his whole aura during that time was so iconic to me. Man, what an era. What an era. But that Aqua is for sure. And yo, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna end up getting all the J's I ever wanted. I don't care if I look like a goofy. I don't care if everyone else is rocking AF1s. It's just a little personal thing I gotta do.
You got to do it, Dixon.
Gotta do it. Next question, bro. Well, that one wasn't that bad because we did spend some time. But just real quick, what's
No,
your
I went off a tangent. I was looking at all the kicks I had on display, and then just went
oh,
off of
okay.
that like a fucking numbskull.
Nah, but it was perfect. I thought it was gonna be quick. So you know what? I'm gonna save this next one.
Oh, come on.
All right,
My
nah,
man
fuck it,
had
fuck
me
it,
on
fuck
a
it.
fucking
Listen,
Game of
listen, listen,
Thrones
listen. My fault.
cliffhanger.
My fault. You know, it's nothing deep anyway. What's your favorite comic book character besides Batman?
Oh, Superman. To me, that's 1A, 1B.
Ah, fuck you.
Yeah.
Damn. What
That's
about
1A,
Marvel though?
1B, you know.
My question should be, what is your favorite Marvel character? That's really what I wanted to know.
Okay. All right. Marvel. Man, you're talking not in the movies, you're talking just the character.
Yeah, it
Or you
could
just
be
go
from
wherever.
yeah, it could be from the movie. Yeah. MCU.
Okay. Um, the one I'm most intrigued in is probably the Hulk. Just
You always like the Hulk. Yeah, you did. Yep.
just from his story as a scientist and in the lab, all the gamma goo and shit like that. But he was also so troubled, like having this
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
kind
It
of
made him like a depressed person when he wasn't.
right. He couldn't have like a relationship in some
Nah.
stories, and so
Yeah.
that's tough. But yeah, the Hulk, and the cool thing about the Hulk is like the Hulk has no like
Limit.
maximum strength,
That's the dopest shit.
so that's really really cool. And some of the movies in the MCU how they portrayed him was better than others. I feel.
And yo, the what they did to Hulk is a fucking travesty. Ever
Yeah,
since he
they
got his ass whooped by Thanos, that man fell off the fucking map.
Yeah, I just don't know if maybe Marvel didn't want to spend that much more on CGI. That's the only thing I get out of it because they made him into
A
like
bitch.
it's funny. Okay, yeah, that's he's a
But the
monster.
Hulk was never supposed to be funny.
No, and
Ever.
they also shrunk him down too, like
Yes.
which
They
was
made him
weird.
soft as hell, bro.
I don't
I could
really
take the Hulk nowadays. Fuck you talking.
But the Hulk, yeah.
You seen they got that red one coming out. That one looks interesting. The
Yeah,
red.
I actually read a comic with it was one of them was Red Hulk versus the Hulk. That was dope.
Oh, yeah.
Characters pretty interesting.
For
But yeah,
me,
what about you?
it'll have to be still Wolverine. Close. Iron Man came close. Came close because I always like Iron Man from the Marvel versus Capcom video games. He used to go crazy in those games. And people don't even realize, like, in the comics, Iron Man got way more advanced than we ever saw in the MCU.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure.
Like, he ended up being able to, like, turn this into a missile and just blast you and shit. But yeah, I would have to say Wolverine. And I think in the Deadpool Wolverine, that was probably the best Wolverine depiction on screen.
Really?
Yeah. To the
Wow.
comic, to the comic. I
Me
think
and
that was the best one because I think Fox always try to just do their own spin on shit.
yeah, they did. They did.
So the old Wolverine, yeah, was dope. It was a new take, but close to comics, I think this Deadpool Wolverine one was the closest one.
We just watched like 2, 3 days ago the Wolverine Origins. We showed the kids and they liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then when I told them that was Deadpool at the end, it was a hundred.
Oh, that
It
one,
was
that one.
it
Okay.
was 100 questions like, why doesn't this? And
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah,
all right, just let's watch the movie, guys. But hell
yeah,
yeah, that's what's up. Those were great questions, bro.
yeah, bro. Maybe
All
one
right,
day I'll have a serious, deep therapeutic
hey
question.
man, it's whatever, bro. All right, man. Well, you have a great night and great show, and
Yeah.
we'll be talking in the next 3 or 4 days, Sunday night, week
Yes,
three.
sir. Yes, sir.
Just a quick reminder for all the audience that is still with us. Appreciate you listening and like, comment, subscribe, share, all that. But Dixon, my man, have a great night, bro.
For
And I'll
sure.
holler at you. I'll talk to you in a little bit. And that
That is
made me
one of the worst.
stop in my tracks and say, wait a minute.
Fam, you
What?
just made me glitch out. I'm like, wait, he either just said the dumbest shit of all time or the deepest shit of all time.
That was the same place when I texted you. I just heard someone have the um Soldier Boy ringtone. Remember that? The Superman. It was huge. The person had a
You know,
Superman
you
ringtone.
know, you know, I read that, but it was so wild that I didn't really like absorb it.
Yeah,
You
same
know how
place.
crazy that is?
Yeah,
That means them boys are
2024.
living 10 years in the past.
No, it was an old lady. You could tell she might have got down to that Soldier Boy back in 2008.
Soldier
She was older now.
Soldier Boy ringtone in
Flip phone.
2020. Flip.
Could you imagine listening to the goddamn Soldier Boy ringtone for like 16 years? That's your ringtone for
She
16
never
years?
changed it.
She just never changed the Soldier Boy ringtone. So let's say she was 40 when that happened. She's 56, still answering the phone to her
Bam, I don't
granddaughter.
even like hearing my phone ring. Period. I don't care what the noise is.
Yeah. You dun dun dun.
Yo. That is so rare. That's a fucking legendary Pokemon you found.
I found a Mewtwo.
Bro, straight up. That is crazy, bro.
But all right, bro. I'm gonna holla at you, bro. I'm gonna save it and then I'm gonna edit when as fast as I can. Yeah, tomorrow. I don't know how my day's gonna look tomorrow, so
So if you do, if you don't, it's cool. But if you do, I'm gonna try to get the Chichodomus clip because tomorrow night's the game.
oh
So
okay.
so I
Okay.
need to I need to try to just drop the clip before. And yo, it was good. It was good like market research to try that Sunday drop. That shit worked. I think people are just like
Yeah,
looking in. So I'm like, yo, wait, if we do like a Sunday 12 p.m., 11 a.m. drop, should be good.
I like that.
It should be good.
Or if we did a Sunday drop with a promo, how good would that be?
Oh, that would take off.
How good would that be?
That would take off. That would take off.
And I'm serious that I mean, even if you make it, let me know and I'll pay for it.
I got you. I
I
got
don't
you.
have
It
to
should
just
be. It
be
should be like
it
I
it
don't put
don't.
no trash out there either. Like it should be the best clips, right?
I
Or just
mean,
saying whatever.
whatever you feel is promo worthy. I trust your judgment. Like if you make a segment and a clip and you're like, yo, um, I think this is promo worthy. All right,
Yeah.
for sure.
And yo, I'm Mr. Tab. I'm Mr. Lannister. So even if you do pay for it, it can always be like written
I'm,
down
I'm not worried about that.
and then later figured out. You know what I'm saying?
This is for us. I'm not worried about that.
I'm just saying. Yeah.
So just put that in your mind. Yeah, that would be great. So I'm gonna try to record as soon as it gets in, and yeah, and I'll try to have everything ready for you tomorrow.
For
That way we
sure.
that way we could
Yeah.
try to, because I know you work from the crib tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe you'd have a few minutes just to I'll tie everything up, and then
Yeah. Yeah. I usually
we can
have
put it out.
way more time when I'm here.
That way we can kind of get week 2 behind us and go, and then also
Yeah, because the remaining clip I really want to drop is the Angel Reese one because I think that shit just generates clicks. Any Caitlin Clark, any Angel Reese talk, that shit's vibe.